Doug, what's up? Hold up. I know I'm streaming like crazy. Yo, Charles, good. You got the platinum? Nice. Alright. So there has been a lot of crazy Discord. Yo, Charles, what's up? Hold up. We're gonna be checking out reviews today too, because I ran across one. Trying to get it to. So for the platinum trophy, I'm gonna let you know it's a split trophy, but I will let you know. Fun fact about the Hang 10 trophy: you might want to play mine. There's one specific trophy that you were gonna have to play Miles for. That's the Hang 10. I've seen people get it with Peter, but with Miles, it's a lot more easier. At least, you know, in my opinion. Did you do more? Ooh. If we're gonna do ultimate playthrough, you're pretty much gonna struggle. Alright. There is a lot that we need to discuss. So I'm assuming, as you guys have already heard, that Insomniac has announced Miles as their main Spider-Man, and yeah, y'all already know how that that's going. Yeah. But I want to check out some reviews real quick. I want to check out High Top Films real quick. Why? Because they think that Peter handing down the mantle is just Insomniac's sign of saying that Peter is going to die in the next game, which he's not. Hello? They don't like the way that it ended because they don't like for the fact that Peter is going on break. They don't like that idea of Peter going on break. He's not dying next game. I'm not giving anybody an idea. I'm not giving them an idea. And a lot of people, here's the thing, a lot of people that have read the comics, they don't know, and I'm sorry if this is going to sound really, really, really disrespectful, even though it probably won't. Do they know what the Ultimate Comics universe is? I'm really concerned. Do they know about the Ultimate Comics universe? Because in the Ultimate Comics universe, it was pretty much, they pretty much did a whole bunch of stuff. And massive spoiler if you guys haven't known, in the Ultimate Comics, that's where Miles is his own Spider-Man. Anyone else do Ultimate difficulty? I did Ultimate on New Game, and I can tell you right now, it's hard. It's way more difficult. The best fight, though, on Ultimate, hands down, would be Kraven. It's toss-up for Ultimate, it's toss-up for the boss fights. Wraith, Kraven. But the best fight, though, to me, at least, like, the whole entire, of the game, is Peter versus Miles. It was easy for you? Nice. But yeah, before we even start this, a lot of people don't understand. In the Ultimate Comics universe, mass spoiler if you guys haven't read Ultimate Comics, which is Earth 1610, Peter dies fighting Goblin. And massive spoilers if you guys haven't read the Ultimate Comics, Peter wasn't dead. Peter didn't stay dead. Massive spoiler. Yeah, Peter didn't stay dead in the Ultimate Comics universe because he helped Miles fight Goblin in that universe, which we're actually going to go over in a video. Yo, Doug, peace. Peace, have a W day too, man. Alright, High Top.
Am Spider-Man. Hey, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. It's here, finally.
The big
What? Yeah. And after that, he comes back. It's a whole entire thing that's kind of insane. Turns out that in the Ultimate Universe, Peter is immortal, technically. Actually, yeah, wait, yeah. And the way that he explained it is a little bit more crazier than you think.
You know, I haven't seen you guys this hype since, I don't know, you tell me, Endgame, the Batman, and I freaking love that excitement. I love when fans are so passionately, anxiously, lovingly awaiting the next tale in a story that means the world to them. It takes me back to simpler times, man, when my only worry was making sure I had enough Rockstar lemonade to stay up until 5 a.m. playing Arkham Knight. Or when I tried to win the Oscar for the best Sick Kid Can't Go to School Tomorrow performance the day Web of Shadows released. As you all know, I adored it. I mean, straight up 10 out of 10, made me cry, made me cook at the same time, made me feel every emotion in Insomniac's first Spider-Man. I truly, without a shred of doubt or hyperbole, believe that no other creative team has found a way to modernize Peter Parker in a way that feels so very fresh, so very faithful, and so brilliantly emotional. The genius of that first game is that it never tries to reinvent the wheel. You get the iconography, moments.
By the way, if you guys have a disagreement, I'm working on getting, if you guys disagree with me, I do have a Discord up. Even though I do have a Discord server up, I'm not sure if any of my mods are here, but I do have a Discord server set up for if you guys want to if you guys want to disagree, or if you guys want to talk or anything like that, or disagree with, or talk about my points and stuff like that. I wouldn't mind it, honestly. The only downside, I'm working on getting it back up, so if anybody in my Discord server is around, just know I'm working on getting back up in there.
Gameplay that you played before, seen before, scratched that, felt before. We have felt a caring man, a loving mentor succumb to hubris and pain. We have felt Pete's loss as he continues to lose the loves and the family closest to him, no matter how hard he tries to save everyone. Theoretically, that first game, that first swing should have been stale, stiff, but if anything, it felt like the most fresh take on Spider-Man we have gotten in years.
Exactly. That's the reason why story for, and at least, yes, I can't believe I'm saying this, I am pulling a T-Lu 2 card. The story for Marvel Spider-Man is an amazing story. I love it a lot. Gameplay wise, it's amazing. Insomniac update and the gameplay tremendously for Miles Morales and from the other two installments. They upped it completely.
Call it lightning in a bottle, call it Brian Intar, call it fantastic storytelling. The point is, somehow, someway, Insomniac figured out how to respin the everlasting tale of Spider-Man without changing a single one of his core values. Rethread and web a story that we all know in a way that makes it feel like we are living it for the very first time alongside Peter, alongside Miles. So, how in the ever-loving 19 inches of Venom fuck do you follow that up? But before we get into it, I'm a lot like Peter Parker. I got no time for anything that isn't self-destructive or trying to kill me. You know what Pete and I both need in order to function?
Alright, here we go.
Thanks, guys.
I'm not gonna lie.
With Fairlife Nutrition Plan, nutritious has never been so delicious.
As I've said before, I'm no game reviewer. I game, but I am not equipped or knowledgeable enough to waste your time discussing just how smooth everything is here. The web swinging, slinging, flinging, flipping, flying, especially when you turn off swing assist, is about the best you could ever dream of. The combat, the scale, the scope of it all is a childhood fantasy come true. I platinum trophied, got that 100%, and then felt the vast emptiness inside my soul. The gameplay and mechanics iterate and evolve on every single Spider-Man game that has come before with love and with care.
And all of it's there.
You are Spider-Man. Both of them. And that experience is something that continues to be truly special. But all I really want to talk about is the story. I once called the first game the perfect Spider-Man movie. And all clickbait aside, I still believe that. It was grand but simple, traditional but modern. But Spider-Man 2?
Exactly.
Marvel's Insomniac, Spider-Man 2, PS5. The funny thing about the story it's trying to tell is that it should not work. On paper, This is a story about Peter Parker losing yet another job, being unable to pay his bills, trying to reconnect with his best friend while being a mentor to Miles Morales, while trying to have some sort of stability with Mary Jane, while succumbing to the temptation, the ease, and the release of the symbiote. On paper, this is also a story about Miles Morales trying to achieve the unachievable balance of being Spider-Man and being Miles, trying to write that damn college essay, hang out with his only real friend, be there for his mom, and start a relationship with someone he has a connection with.
Oh, and by the way, there's been a lot of people complaining about this mission too. There's been a lot of people complaining about the Haley side mission. You don't have to play that side mission. Y'all can just go ahead and play story. Y'all can play story. If that's what you guys want, y'all can play the story. Like, there's like an easy fix for that. You don't have to do all the side stuff. Like all y'all are just pretty much, and I'm sorry this is gonna, and I know it's gonna sound weird. Everybody that's saying that is just not even giving it a chance. The whole entire point of the Haley side mission was to immerse us and make us actually feel like we are a deaf person. And through that mission, we figure out, and through that mission, that's the reason why I like that mission so much, because like it fully, like they fully immersed us into thinking, they fully immersed us into experiencing something new, which is what I like. But for everybody that's saying that, you know, that the side missions are a waste of time or whatever, y'all just play the main story. Please play the main story. Just play the main story. But for those guys who are going after that platinum after the main story, we know that you guys are going for that platinum, and it makes a lot of sense. All y'all are still going for that platinum trophy, so don't lie.
This is a story about Miles confronting his father's killer and trying to overcome the vengeance that only loss and grief can cause. On paper, this is also a story about Kraven the Hunter, a dying man defined by a toxic belief. A belief that in order to be worthy, in order to be enough, to have lived enough, you must die through violence, through bloodshed, and by the hand of an opponent grand enough to make all the miseries seem worth it.
Right.
On paper, this is also a story about Harry Osborn, a new Harry that we have never really met. It's a story about establishing his beliefs, his longing, much like a mirror to Kraven, to make an impact before he dies, to change the world for the better, to help people in the way that his mother would have wanted. This is a story about him and Peter, that brotherly love, resentment, and connection that words can't describe. This is a story about how that love and longing to heal the world can twist into something so ugly, so venomous. On paper, this is also a story about the symbiotes, alien creatures.
By the way, fun fact, I actually did predict, a lot of you guys don't understand this, I had a feeling that Harry was going to pull TASM 1 and try to heal everybody in the world, but Venom was going to be the one manipulating him about it. So I kind of did get that right.
Who feel just as lonely as we do, who want to be noticed, cared for, and never abandoned, who when abandoned must lash out like a grieving child, infecting the entire world with their anger and pain, leaving nothing but darkness behind. Spider-Man 2, on paper, okay, I'm done, has enough plot, themes, and ideas to take up 3 10-hour games. By all means, it's a mess. Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is the plot of the Spider-Man movie we all dreamed of when we were 12. You go from boss battle to boss battle, grand set piece to grand set piece, iconic adaptation of a beloved Spider-Man moment to another, so fast, so insanely, all culminating in a third act that combines Spider-Man 3, Web of Shadows, Ultimate Spider-Man, Miles Morales 2, Peter Parker 2, all into 4 hours. By all.
And it also took advantage of Spider Shadow and Kraven's Last Hunt and a little bit of Kraven's Hunted.
All means, none of this should really work.
And a lot of life story too.
Should have the.
I'm not gonna lie about this, and I know for a fact that this is gonna sound crazy. there were way too many life story elements, but God,
weight
I
or
wanted
impact
more of,
that it
me
wants
personally, I wanted more
to,
of
but
Venom.
somehow, for most of its runtime, it does. It's masterful in its messiness.
All right, turn to chapter 4, where it says the NFL on CBS streams live on Paramount Plus.
It doesn't say that anywhere.
I mean, sure, I would have loved to see more time spent in the black suit, more
Right.
days, weeks even, instead of just a few nights. I wanted to see it slowly consume Peter over the course of the game, not just be relegated to Act 2. When he takes it off, Peter feels such shame and regret, even though he's only been spiraling down this path for a few days. My favorite symbiote stories are when, much like an addiction, Peter, me, you don't even realize how badly we've wrecked our lives, hurt the people we love until we are in the aftermath. Peter isolates himself while
That's exactly the thing. Is that with him wearing the black suit, it takes the pressure off.
wearing it, scaring, hurting, and lashing out at the few friends he's got, but only for what feels like a few hours. I forgave him before he forgave himself, and that is a huge missed opportunity. But what we do get, even if it's not enough, is fucking incredible, dude. I love the fact that
Bro, this whole entire part is just incredible.
symbiote is scary, like actually genuinely scary. Whoever came up with the idea to force you into MJ's perspective while the symbiote hunts you, wants to hurt you and everyone around itself, truly deserves all the praise. I love the fact that Peter's rage starts showing, the symbiote starts taking over when he can't handle, can't fathom the cruel apathy Kraven has shown Dr. Connors. I love the fact that we, the player, get to feel that alongside him, get to go into Connor's home and see how his condition, his mistake, his desire to fill a missing piece of himself has scared his family away. Some of the most powerful images in the game are that of Kurt's twin sinks, one side completely empty, one side a scrambled mess. Or Black Suit Spider-Man walking into a child's room which remains untouched, unchanged since whenever Kurt Connors was last able to look his son in the eyes.
Right.
It's these playable moments that keep the game's heart beating. I love the fact that Yuri Lowenthal is giving it his all, truly a defining Spider-Man performance. He sells a lot of the plot beats that would otherwise not work, the pain in his voice, the desperation throughout so much of the story to try and hold on to the love he has while trying to move on from the love he lost. He's brilliant. This is all my fault. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I mean, sure, I think Kraven is super undercooked here. I wish we saw him kill half of Spider-Man's iconic rogues and
That's the one thing that I'm going to agree with. That's the one thing that I 100% am going to agree with people on. Is for the fact that we didn't get a chance to see Kraven, kill off majority of the Sinister Six. Like, we didn't get a chance to see that at all. That I will actually agree with, because my main concern, and I'm going to keep saying this, my main concern is that I think I know how he killed Electro. Yo, Eos, what's up? I think I know how he killed Electro, because the only way you can kill Electro, come to think of it, that's actually really smart, because I'm really thinking about it, it's actually good. The only way that you can kill Electro is with either a giant tank of water, or at least like a lot of water, or you have to overload him like Andrew did in TASM 2. Yo, Yos, how you doing?
instead of just hearing about it after the fact. He talks so much about wanting the perfect final hunt, yet we spend way more time mashing away at his goons, his cronies, than we do getting to see him in action. Kraven's presence, his intimidation is felt, but permanently killing off the Sinister Six feels like a desperate move to get us to believe in his menace because they did not have the time to show it. I found myself wishing this was just a Kraven the Hunter story, because the ideas they are adapting are something we haven't seen, felt in any Spider-Man film, let alone got to experience in any Spidey game. The themes are there.
Actually, hold on a minute. Now I'm thinking about it. What was the only... Hold on a minute. TASM 2 tried to incorporate... Yeah, TASM 2 tried to do the life story. Tried to do Spider-Man life story, but they ended up Yeah, now I'm thinking about it. It does make sense now.
Parallels, both Kraven and Harry are dying, angry
Yeah,
and
it's like
hurt
extra,
that their
bro.
legacy and fate will be to lie in the dirt with the rest of us
Yes,
before
yes.
they have
Yo,
their
see you later,
chance
yo.
to make their final lasting impact.
And Devin was
Peter
fighting.
wants to kill Kraven because of the pain he causes everyone in his life, and Miles wants to kill Lee for the same reasons. It all ties together.
Exactly. And the thing is that a lot of people are saying that Lee is not Miles' villain. He's from the first team, so he's Peter's villain. Yes, and at the same time, he's technically both of their villains. But the thing is, though, is for the fact that Miles was the last person that saw. Hold on. If we go back, hold up. Let me see. I'm actually gonna show you guys this. You know, they're trying to kill each other. Facts. A lot of you guys don't understand. If y'all understood what was going on, if y'all would understand what happened here, I'm trying to see if I can find the whole entire thing, but I can't. Okay, right here. If y'all understand what happened, Miles had his dad killed when. Hold up. Actually, let me go ahead and pull another one up, actually, because that's not making any sense here. He's like, oh, in the streets? Because he's been in the lab so long working on that cure for Harry. Trying to think, what was that one scene? I can't think of it, but it has something to do. I think, yeah, now I remember. Yeah, it does have something to do with for the fact that yeah, right here. Bro is turning into a skeleton looking for a cure. Facts. If y'all don't know what actually happened here, Lee technically forgave. Lee wanted to kill Norman out of revenge. And right here.
What is that?
I got a plan.
And there's like actual proof for this too. Try to see if I can find it.
This is all my...
Miles!
If y'all go back and listen to this whole entire conversation,
We have one more option. If I can transfer all of my power into the symbiote, I think that could neutralize it. And free Peter.
into it was like Gmail. That's why I didn't turn it on.
What'll happen to you? I guess we'll find out.
Well, if This is my last chance to say anything to you. I won't forgive you. It's just not in me. But I can't carry this hate for you anymore, man. So let's set things right. You and me.
See? Nate really looks fried with his powers. Here's the thing. If you guys really do look at what he's saying, Miles said that he cannot carry the hate anymore. I'm sorry, bro, but that is character development. Nobody does not like character development. It also turns out that Galvanize, I didn't know this until I played the game. Turns out that Galvanize is the new power that Miles gets. At least bro isn't a crybaby about it. Isn't a crybaby about something for a while. Exactly. And yeah, they say that he isn't Spider-Man. Bro, I'm sorry. That's like saying that. That's like saying, and I can't really say this. That's like saying that Peter Parker is Peter Parker, and Miguel O'Hara is Spider-Man. Because spoilers, I don't know if you guys want to know this. Go read Ultimate Comics, please. They're Miles O'Hara because a lot of people don't really like him. I don't understand. Here's the thing. I don't understand why nobody likes him. Here's the thing. He is a popular character. Everybody likes him. But you have to keep in mind, though, a lot of people grew up with Peter, and I can madly respect that. Like, I have no problem with that, and I respect that. But as a person that has grown up with, as a person that is a fan of all iterations of Spider-Man, especially both, mainly a lot of people don't understand Superior Spider-Man being one of my personal favorites. They never said anything about Peter being sidelined. Peter's not being sidelined, bro. Version of Miles is annoying. I mean, at least it's character development now for him. They got character development for him. I'm a Spidey fan, in no way does that guy have any redeeming quality like other Spider-Men. Exactly. They take it way out of context, yeah. They take it out of context. Here's the thing, and I already explained this in a video. Here's the thing. Across the Spider-Verse, yes, everybody loves Across the Spider-Verse Miles. I like Across the Spider-Verse Miles as well. Because in Across the Spider-Verse Miles, it's way more fire. And it's actually based off the Ultimate Comics too. Well, at least Into was until, yeah. Because a lot of points people bring up as if they say this version of Miles sounds annoying and shit, which I agree. Okay, yeah, I can't. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm sorry, yeah, Joel. I can't really lie about that. I can agree with you. I can agree with you somewhat, yeah. But the thing is, though, is like, here's the thing. They are taking that out of context whenever they said that Miles is going to be the main Spider-Man going forward. They took that out of context. Peter is just taking a break, which is exactly what we all wanted him to do. But now that we got it, people are complaining about it. And I brought this in my video, the main reason as to why Peter hasn't taken a break is because there was no one else to cover for him. And we now have Miles there to cover for him. And besides, Peter's going to be back in Marvel Spider-Man 3 because of Goblin. And Goblin is going to be a personal villain for both Peter and Miles, I feel like. And besides, Norman was the mayor of New York City, and if you combine that with the end of Miles Morales, Norman knows that Rio is on the city council. So say if Goblin goes to Rio and Miles' place, and Miles is gonna be shocked, and after that, Miles starts to fight Goblin. And he gets, and then pretty much he kidnaps Rio or something or whatever, and Miles goes to Peter and goes to Peter and tells him that he knows that Goblin knows that he's Spider-Man out of nowhere. Because I've seen people ask others of which Miles they prefer, and a lot of people keep saying that they prefer Spider-Verse Miles. And yes, I like Spider-Verse Miles, and I also really do like Marvel Spider-Man's. I like Insomniac's Miles as well. But here's the thing with me. I like both versions. I like both iterations of Miles. But like, if we're talking like strictly like comic accurate and stuff like that, in my opinion, Spider-Verse Miles has, in my opinion, like say like if they were to fight or whatever, I'm sorry, Insomniac Miles has him beat. But if we're talking like continuity wise, Spider-Verse. Because that's pretty much the ultimate universe.
Somehow, but I sometimes wish Miles Morales had his own game to experience what he does here. Not because they rush it, not because they do it badly, other than that costume at the end.
Holy God, what are you showing me? Come on!
It's quite the opposite, in fact. His moments with Peter, with Lee, with his mother and Haley are some of my favorites in the story. That's the insane conundrum at play, the balance of the messy plot, which should, in theory, hurt the storytelling, is made up for by the execution. None of this is outright bad.
Exactly.
It all works, even if it should not have to work in competition with the other ideas at play. A story about the symbiote should not have to compete with a story about Miles accepting his dad's death and finding acceptance that even his killer can seek redemption. A story about Kraven's last...
Exactly. That's exactly what happened. And I did have a feeling that Miles was going to help Lee. Just saying.
Hunt should not have to compete with Venom.
Okay, so yes, I actually, now that this is actually making sense now, I actually do agree. We should have got more Venom than anything. To me, we should have got more of Venom. We should have got more of, like, that personal connection, because, like, that's the one thing that I can say that we needed more of. But overall, the story was a big disappointment. I mean, for three though, they could bring it back though with 3. Dumb ever nice tea, this is a good one.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm very sick of Venom. I used to love Venom, used to long for all
now
the Venom.
Now you're seeing the issue with the game. Now you're seeing the issues with the game. This was the only issue that I had with the game. Well, at least this is like the biggest issue for me, is that we should have got more Venom. I wanted more Venom.
When I was a kid, I was an emo Venom fanboy, and it was the perfect time to be one. Every single Spider-Man game, movie, show in that crucial era of growing up had Venom in it, had a story about the darkness within. I guess, as I got older, I started to gravitate towards the more classic and lower scale villains. Monster Spider-Man became less intriguing to me than a simple story about Peter trying to pay his bills, be happy with MJ, and empathizing with the Sandman. Maybe because it feels like storytellers always want to rush to do Venom, skipping so many eras and
Brian gave us more MJ than Venom. Give us more MJ missions over giving us more Venom. That's the one thing that I can say. That's the one thing that I actually can say. Like, we should have got more Venom than anything else. But there was just something about the fact that, first of all, at least here's the thing with me. I'm gonna give Brian. Here's the thing, and yes, I'm somewhat aware that Brian did say that he doesn't care about if MJ's OP or not. But with Venom though, like, there has to be a lot. Well, scratch. There already is a layer to it. There was already a layer into this game already. But like, here's the thing with Venom in this game. It's for the fact that I somewhat do not like the whole entire life story. And yes, they kind of reference life story in there. And I'm sorry this is going to sound crazy, but I would prefer if Kraven were Venom. If that would make any sense. Or at least if they put their own twist onto, or at least if they put their own twist onto, I would have loved to have seen Lee Price be Venom in this game. I would have loved to have seen Lee Price be Venom in this game. They could put their own twist on Maniac and have, yo, Antonio, what's going on? And have them put like their own twist on it, and have Lee Price and have like Peter be like a massive asshole to Lee Price if we ever saw him in the game, if they were to put him in the game. It should make Kraven Venom, especially since he's dying from disease. Exactly. I agree. Or at least they probably could, and I don't know if they could have done this. But I would have liked to liked to see if Peter was going to be Venom. I would have loved to have seen that. Antonio, how you doing? But yeah, I would have loved to have seen them make Peter Venom, at least for not the whole game, but at least, you know, it would have made sense. And say if Kraven tries to kill Peter, or say like we're broken, we're dismantled, and we're playing as Peter, and then after that we press the rage mode button, and then boom, we turn into Venom. We turn into Venom, and then we get that whole entire scene in the game where Harry has just killed Kraven, and Peter would be looking down at his hands like, wait, did I just kill somebody? Because Harry being controlled by the symbiote wasn't it? Yeah, it wasn't it. Because the thing is, whenever it comes to Harry being Venom, and we've already seen this in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon. In the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon, Harry is weak. And throughout that whole entire boss fight, Harry was getting weak. So Venom was just locking onto his dark side.
and conflicts along the way. I was worried that would happen here. Much like Sam Raimi being nudged to throw Venom in his sequel, I wasn't 100% certain that Venom needed to be here. And even though we do get the ever-expected and cliche turn the world into symbiotes plot that we have read and played before that I have become very numb to, Insomniac never forgets that the story holding it all together is the one of two people, two friends, brothers who want to make the world a better place. Succumbing,
or at least say if they were going to end up doing that. My only other opinion would be to at least have Harry in a coma and then have the symbiote go on to someone else in the game. I would say, I don't know who the host would be after this, but I'm going to assume that, say if Eddie was Venom, and say if he were to then start up doing the whole entire Web of Shadows thing, and Harry would wake up from those residual particles, and that would take over. Because if you really look at it, Harry wasn't evil at all in the story. He really wasn't evil in the story at all. Because they did, and here's the thing, I respect them for at least trying to do what TASM 2 did. I respect that. But like, ugh. I respect that, but it's just like, why would you try to, because like, why would you try to replicate what TASM, why would you try to replicate what TASM 2 did whenever whenever Peter betrayed Peter? I've seen this video already. I don't know that you liked High Top Film.
To the ever-tempting feelings of rage, of isolation, of loneliness that we all fall victim to. Venom attached to Harry works far better here than anyone would expect. If you had told me that Harry would be Agent Venom, I would have told you that I need some of that Intihar Kush. I would have never expected any of that to work.
See, like, this is the one thing that this is like the one thing that I can agree on. This is the one thing that I actually somewhat agree with High Top on. You've seen that video about Peter being corrupted? I haven't seen that one yet. That's the one that I've been trying to see.
Of loneliness that we all fall victim to. Venom attached to Harry works far better here than anyone would expect. If you had told me that Harry would be...
Okay. The first song is called Venom by Eminem. I'm not gonna lie though, at least they accomplished and did something different with Venom, because I like how they put their little twist on it. Alright, I'll take it up. Here's the thing, I will like this, because obviously with the whole entire Harry being Agent Venom, I would say this works better here, but and on top of that, let's think about this real quick. The symbiote didn't have any problems being on Harry until Peter got it off. And it's really good. It's really good. Okay, got you.
Agent Venom.
That's the one thing. Notice how, and I can only say this, in the whole entire game, Harry didn't have a problem. Harry didn't become Venom until later on in the game, until the symbiote got back to him. So I'm like, Harry didn't have a single problem here. Harry was perfectly fine with it. Harry was perfectly fine up until here's the thing, Harry didn't have any issues with it until Peter got it off and it came back to him. So
I would have told you that I need some of that Intihar Kush. I would have never expected any of that to work.
But here's the thing though, I wouldn't be surprised if Harry has leftover symbiote particles in him and he tries to, and once Harry's awake, I could see him trying in the next game. I could see them bringing Harry back in the next game, since Peter will probably still have the anti-venom suit. And let's say he brings Harry back with the anti-venom powers to stop his dad, to stop Norman. It's an interesting theory, instead of him taking the G serum.
Work. I mean, we all expected Harry would be Venom. We all knew that it was coming, but they once again pulled that magic they did with Doc Ock. We know the symbiote is going to go bad for both Pete and Harry. We know that something terrible will most likely happen to Harry. Insomniac knows we aren't stupid. They know that we know.
Exactly. The other issues with that was that they should have fleshed out the symbiote. They should have fleshed out symbiote Peter a bit more. That's the only thing that I can say.
No. So instead, they make you so invested in the happiness, the success, the love of these characters that you want things to remain stable. You want Peter and Harry to change the world with Emily May. You want them to do it for their mothers and for their future. You want Agent Venom to work out. You want Harry to be able to help the Spider-Men. You want that happiness so bad. I mean, dude, they had me at the Cage the Elephant needle drop, the bike ride, the high school antics, the sudden tragedy that hits Harry immediately after, a tragedy that Peter knows all too well.
Right.
They had me purposely trying to lose the carnival game.
Okay. Because I was wondering what that was, because the thing is, like,
Immediately
so
after.
that's not a glitch. Okay. So Norman actually did have on a red blazer here. I was wondering this. I was actually really wondering this because of, well, if you guys saw my first walkthrough, I did that at midnight. I was wondering why Norman wasn't wearing a black suit here. So that's not a glitch, because I was for sure thinking that it was a glitch.
After a tragedy that Peter knows all too well. They had me purposely trying to lose the carnival games just so Harry felt confident. That's a brilliant use of the medium that you can only do in gaming. And I love the fact that Venom is also hurting. The idea that Venom himself, not just Harry, feels abandoned and rejected, feels alone and wants to build himself a family, just as Peter, just as Harry, just as so many
Now that I can actually agree with too.
characters in the Web Slingers world do is fascinating. I always loved the idea that the Venom symbiote is heartbroken because Peter rejected him. I love how that plays so well into Harry Osborn. Is Venom manipulating Harry by showing him his mother? Or is he trying to provide him some peace while he tries to force his own? One of my favorite moments is this right here.
Just give me back my son.
We are your son.
The final fight takes place on the same football field where Harry lost his mother, his compassion without condition, and then moves to the spot where he and Pete dreamt of making a difference without a mask. There are so many thought-provoking and interesting ideas I wish they explored more. It's all so spot on thematically, so hard-hitting emotionally that it makes up for the ever-present sense that we've seen this all before. That feeling that this story is becoming too...
Exactly. It makes up... Here's the thing. To me, it makes up for what Harry Osborn from TASM 2 could have been.
Too grand in scale, way too fast. And it never needed to. I'm not upset that it did, but if I'm being honest, and maybe you agree with me here, I'll remember the Venom wings, how they gracefully somehow included Anti-Venom, Agent Venom, all the Venoms, but that's not what made me feel the most. Sure, maybe
Yeah, I feel that. Because I feel like Peter should have done more bad in the symbiote and fleshed out a little, to flesh it out a little bit more, because Peter in the symbiote didn't really feel the breaking point where, okay, Peter has to get it off. Exactly, that's the thing. That's the thing, is that we should have saw Peter doing more bad. Like, we just saw Peter doing more bad than anything. But then again, though, here's the thing that gets me is for the fact that while Peter was wearing the black suit, he had all of, like, the feelings of, like, oh my god, what if I just kill all the, what if I just kill all the villains and stuff like that? I wouldn't have mind seeing that. But at the same time, though, that would get a little bit graphic. Or at least I wouldn't mind if they did Spider-Man Hunted, which I don't know if they did. Well, scratch it. They did a mixture of scratch it. In the Kraven fight, they did both Spider Shadow and Hunted. Mainly Hunted, though. They mainly did a reference to Spider-Man Hunted because Kraven is leader of the Hunters. Plus, Peter was about to kill Kraven, which Kraven Craven just wanted. It's a long story. I feel to me like they should have included Spider-Man Hunted, or at least like for a second, and we could have saw Taskmaster.
The most shock, the most adrenaline, the greatest instant gratification. But that's not what will stand the test of time if you ask me. What will? The soul of Spider.
Because if they would have mixed in Spider Shadow with Craven, with Hunted and Last Hunt and Life Story, that would have been crazy. And after that, Peter would have been, and after that, Peter would have got off.
Spider-Man. God, that's pretentious.
But I do like how they added the Spider. I do like how they added Spider Shadow. I feel like Spider Shadow.
You know what made me love this game? This masterful mess? Maybe it was the interaction I had on the street as Peter, or this one as Miles. Maybe it was the genius idea to allow Peter to be a teacher in their universe for 5 minutes before he gets fired 20 minutes into the game. Maybe it was the moment where both Miles and Peter are texting and calling in their Spidey suits, trying to keep their lives together as the world continues to fall apart, as it always will. Maybe it was the moment where I truly...
Oh, and by the way, I forgot to tell you guys, chat, I did look into the whole entire issue with the whole entire MJ stuff again. Yeah. Turns out that if they were to kill off MJ, Peter would have, and this is how I feel like it could have possibly went down if Miles was gonna be the main, and then Peter would come back. I feel like if MJ were to get killed off, Peter seeing that would have instantly stopped being Spider-Man. I mean, I have to get like 2 every single time whenever I'm on a video. But yeah, where was that? Okay, so honestly, if MJ gets killed, and this is how I truly think how it would have went. I think that MJ should have gotten killed. And then Peter, seeing that MJ has been killed, would have been forced to hang up his webs. And then he would tell Miles, and he would have told Miles to be like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I can't. She's dead. It's all on you. And then say Miles and then say in the third game, Green Goblin is going to be beating Green Goblin's going to be beating on Miles, and then Peter would end up seeing it on TV, and he would be like, yeah, I messed up bad. He would be like, yeah, I messed up bad. Thus, making him suit up again to help Miles. And then Miles would be like, and then the whole entire city would be like, wait. Spider-Man's back. See what I'm getting at? It works.
Yes. Felt like Spider-Man, where I'm trying to stealth these idiot
And on top of that, one more thing. If MJ dies, that solves one major problem. You would have a Spider-Man game. You would have strictly a Spider-Man game.
When my chance to get into college calls, or the moment where I'm so overwhelmed with excitement that my best friend is back and we might actually be able to make a difference without Spider-Man while Spider-Man is texting me. Maybe it's because I have never ever seen an adaptation of Spider-Man that fully believes as hard as Insomniac does that villains are people first. There is such a focus on helping, not hurting, from the opening frames of the game all the way to the end. In the first grand scale bit of spectacle, Peter isn't threatening to pulverize Flint Marko. He is incessantly asking if he needs help, if he's okay.
I want to help you. We gotta help him before he hurts someone.
He's not okay.
You gotta calm down, Marko. Innocent people are in danger.
You care about them, but not me.
I haven't been okay for a long time.
But maybe he will be after Peter, the player, you, me.
Exactly. Spider-Man 3 is obviously going to be better than 2 since Brian cares about Doc Ock a lot more than any other villain. Brian, I mean, the thing is, like, he did say that Ock is his favorite villain, and that's the reason why he wanted to keep him around. One sounds like Cyborg. That's the reason why. The thing is, Brian, after the first, I'm not sure he said this, but I'm not sure he said this at the end of the first game or something like that. But he said Ock is one of his favorite villains, so he wanted to keep him around, and we could probably end up making people surprised, which is why we got Ock back in that cutscene.
We drop off his memories, these collectibles that form one image, a sculpture of a father holding his daughter with all the love he has to give. Miles wants so badly for his uncle to have reformed, to be a part of his life. He longs for that connection, not just to Aaron, but to his father. An entire side mission is dedicated to not just collecting gear points, but to collecting memories that Uncle Aaron shared with Dad.
That station was the hottest ticket in Brooklyn for up-and-coming hip-hop artists back in the day.
You and Pops get any airtime?
Brian cares about him more obviously.
Same goes for Mysterio, who claims to be reformed. Can we believe him? We so want to. Or are we being naive? Or does the truth lie somewhere in the middle?
Mysterio will always be a villain. Just as Spider.
Oh yeah. And I did see a video. I did see a video, I think yesterday. Between yesterday and this morning, or I don't know. But someone said that they might end up doing the Sinister Six with Goblin being the 7th member and him leading. I don't think they're doing Sinister Six next game because Kraven killed mainly all the members off. Yo, NoCal, what's good?
Spider-Man will always be a hero. It's when you start looking at the people behind the masks that things get messy.
It's never about protecting the boatload of super villains from Kraven. It's about protecting these villains, some of whom are very much victims from the idea.
Actually, scratch that. Kraven killed off a lot of the OG members. Let me see. Yeah, Kraven killed off Rhino, Scorpion, Vulture, Electro. No, Negative no longer has his power. Well, Lee no longer has his powers, and Ock is with Norman. Yeah, they can't do Sinister Six. Like, how do we go from Spider-Man 1 to this? That makes no sense. At least he's honest about being a villain. At least. And on top of that, he redeemed himself. So yeah. But here's the thing though. A lot of people, like I said before, a lot of people take that writing for Miles being the main Spider-Man out of context. They took Miles being the main Spider-Man for Insomniac out of context. And lead to, I guess, Mysterio at least admitted that Mysterio was a villain. Well, Quentin actually. Yeah, technically, Quentin actually admitted that Mysterio will always be a villain. And Lee, too. It depends. Lee, throughout the game, realized where he messed up, and he wanted to pretty much... He said it was all for revenge, and pretty much during that, he was already warped by it, so, like, he couldn't really do anything. Because in the first game, all he wanted was
sentiment that they cannot change, they cannot find peace, they cannot be saved. Spider-Man, no matter how many times that belief is called into question, continues to have faith that anyone and everyone deserves help, deserves the chance to heal instead of continuing to hurt. I have never barely ever watched any superhero media that believes that as passionately and unapologetically as Insomniac.
Because a lot of people prefer Spider-Man 2 story over Spider-Man 2, which I agree. 1 is still better. 1 is better story-wise so far, yes. But in terms of, like, gameplay-wise and, like, comic reference-wise, I would say Spider-Man 2 has it. Just based on, at least for me, like, in terms of, like, the stories that they took reference from, like, Spider Shadow. And let me see. In terms of like Spider Shadow, they took as well as the whole entire Spider-Man Hunted. They incorporate a lot of storylines in here from Spider Shadow and Hunted and Last Hunt, which I somewhat like. But to me personally, there was way too much life story, and they were grabbing on life story for Harry hard. We went from thinking that Martin Lee was dating Miles Morales to him redeeming himself.
Insomniac does. They just get it. From helping a blind woman find companionship to inspiring a young photographer with the same dream you once had, it's all about that genuine empathy and kindness. Peter's ever vulnerable "I love you" to his best friend in what might be his final moments struck me with how raw and sensitive it was spoken. It's a rarity that you see male friendship depicted with such tenderness. But the moment where Miles talks to a grandfather who knows his mind doesn't have much time left and who can only hold on to love, that broke me.
You ever been in love, Spider-Man?
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. These are two different stories. You get completely different dialogue if you play Peter or Miles here.
I have.
It's beautiful. Nothing more beautiful. Can I tell you something, Spider-Man? I know I'm fading.
I mean, coming from High Top,
scary as hell. Thought I'd be ready, but nothing gets you ready. Nothing.
The entire climax brought a tear to my eye. Emotion swells in every aspect, from the performances to John Paisano's brilliant score. But the moment where Howard in his final moment...
Oh yeah, I heard about this, yeah. I don't know who it was that was hating on the Howard mission, but bro, the Howard mission is so sad, bro. RP to Howard, man.
Tells Peter that
not many folks have been kind to me in my life.
Will stick with me for the rest of mine. The spectacle, the suits, the gameplay, the freedom of soaring through the city like never before is not what will stick with me. It's helping the little guy, the every man and every woman. You know, usually I try to wrap these up with a final emotional point, but today, I don't know if I have one. I wanted more time with these characters. I wanted the story to not be such a hodgepodge of brilliant ideas and themes fighting for their time in the light. But that never took away from the soul of Spider-Man that the creatives behind this clearly understand to their core. I guess I'll just have to end with a classic. I've never played a game and seldomly experienced a Spider-Man story that made me feel without a shred of doubt that with our great power comes a great responsibility, not just to those close to us, those we love and cherish, but to everyone.
All right. So not gonna lie.
Hey, this was a crazy one to write. I thought it would.
This is a pretty good one. I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty decent one. And also, what happened to my comments? What the? What? Hold up. The image could have been fun, but it was boring, to be honest. I liked it. Alright, so it was the Peter Corrupted Venom one? Hold up. Alright, so you said it's the Peter Corrupting Venom, right? Alright. Yeah, Venom didn't do nothing wrong. Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's the only issue that I have. Okay. Alright, so Venom did nothing wrong.
We've got to destroy it.
It's too dangerous. I don't want you to lose yourself. Like I did.
I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Pete.
Yeah.
The symbiote didn't make you lose yourself. The only thing it did was expose who you really are.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. My second time playing it, it made Peter lose himself, not the other way around. I'm sorry, but it's true, because after playing it through a second time, I'm kind of wishing that I'm sort of wishing that Harry should have kept it. I'm gonna be honest. The symbiote, and here's the thing: Venom technically was born from Peter. Technically, in this game, Peter created Venom. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Peter created Venom. I'm sorry. It's the truth, chat. I'm sorry. It's the truth. Hold up, but we're gonna get into this. All right, we're back to it. All right.
Now that may or may not sound like a hot ass take, but allow me to explain myself for a second. The Symbiote Saga is one of the most famous
It's been like that.
iconic.
Wait. Okay, yeah, you're right. It's always been like that, actually. Yeah. Peter was the one that created Venom. I forgot. Yeah. Peter was the one that created. Yeah. Okay. Peter was the one that created Venom. So really, technically speaking, Venom just technically exposed who Peter really is on the inside then.
Stories in the Spider-Man fiction. It has been done so many times that if we see somebody else trying to do it again, we already know what the dynamic is going to be. And for the people that are witnessing this brand new Spider-Man 2, they may be fooled into thinking that it's the same thing. But unfortunately, an alien from another planet coming onto Earth and corrupting a group of innocent people is not what I see here. I see a group of fake phonies that just discovered a convenient excuse to cause chaos. And today, I'm calling them out. Venom is not the villain, and he is not the one who corrupted the people. It is the people that corrupted him. Let us take a look at the symbiote.
Oh, wait. Okay, now, okay, Joel, I understand what you're saying now. It was technically Peter that corrupted. Okay, so it was the people around. Okay, so technically it was. Let me see. Kraven was one of them. I see what you're getting at.
The people. It is the people that corrupted him. Let us take a look at the symbiote trio. Starting off with the man himself. Peter Parker is one of the most loved and appealing superheroes, mainly because he is the most relatable. And in order to become relatable to the people, you have to represent the trials, the tribulations that us common folk struggle with every day. And you also have to represent the inner evils that we suppress every day. These are all traits that Peter Parker has. So when Pete finally adopts the symbiote and he starts going on his Bully Maguire rampage, saying the most edgiest shit of all time, we can't use the excuse like, oh man, that was just a suit controlling him. No, that's him saying all those. That's him thinking all of that. That is 100% him. Like we already know from the Mr. Negative sections in Spider-Man 1 that his mental health and inner psyche is as pure as my tap water. And the only thing that the symbiote does is listen to the deepest thoughts and desires of the host. Not the things that you say you want to other people, but the things that you really want. And deep down, all Peter wants is some compensation. Imagine sacrificing your Aunt May for the city and you still got random lame ass NPCs questioning your character every day.
All I wanted was to save everyone. MJ, May. Now the city thinks that I'm the problem. You think I'm the problem? But I'm not anymore. I'm
You cannot blame that on the alcohol this time. The only thing that's concerning a bottle here is his bottled up emotions. When you bond with the symbiote, it is going to get to know you better than most people and is going to tap into your strongest emotions to use as motivation. And we live in a world where negative energy is the more dominant force. It is more natural to act that way. It is more addicting, more primal to tap into, and it holds more of a significant impact in our lives than positive things. The symbiote never starts off tripping. It only slowly becomes more corrupt over time as it gets to know your mind better. And I don't think it's a coincidence that the symbiote only started becoming more evil when it got onto Peter. When it was on Harry for the first time, he ain't have no problem controlling the suit.
That is the good point. That is a good point, because whenever it was on Harry, Harry didn't have no issues. And that was truly Peter talking. Because now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, yep. That was truly Peter saying all that. That was not Venom saying that.
Sure, he got a little more cocky when he turned into Agent Venom, but other than that, he was doing just fine. Of course, you can say, oh, he would have eventually turned more evil if you gave him more time, but let's take a look at Harry's life at that point. Harry Osborn at the beginning was a happy man. He had just got out of the hyperbolic time chamber. He had gotten cured by the Venom symbiote, and he reunited with his best of friends. Any insecurity of him being useless that he may have had would have been made up by working in the Emily May Foundation, and he got to work there with his best friend. So basically, Harry was too damn happy with his life to have a reason to be on that Bully Maguire shit.
Exactly.
We cannot say the same for Peter. Peter has way more wear and tear than that. 1, he's Spider-Man. 2, he's broke. 3, people hate him, even the people who he think loves him. And speaking of that, let's talk about MJ. Oh,
exactly. A lot of ways that is true, because that happened in the comics where Deadpool wore the symbiote suit, and that's why the symbiote got corrupted in the comics. So they took something from Deadpool. Wait, so you mean to tell me, oh, so we saw the hidden, oh. So they took a reference out of Deadpool's comic and tried to make it work in here. Yeah, that's how they explain why the symbiote was evil in the comics. So they took it out and tried to figure out a way to make it work. Because in the comic, if it was Deadpool that so in the Deadpool comics, so if it was Deadpool that made the symbiote corrupted, they tried to make Peter into... And Peter was the one that was technically corrupted. I don't know if you haven't read that issue. I heard about the issue when I saw something about that issue, but I saw something that, and keep in mind, like, I watched the video for that comic, that does explain why. I think it's called Deadpool Back in Black or something. I think that's what it's called, actually. Hold up. Okay, yeah. This issue, now that I'm thinking about it, Harry was completely fine. So technically, they are trying to make. So let me see. So if Peter. So Peter was the one that was talking, and then that wasn't. If that's the case, then that wasn't Venom talking. That was Peter straight out saying that. Then.
Oh my God, I have had it.
Which would in turn make the symbiote corrupted. So technically speaking, Peter made him corrupt. Because what I'm not gonna lie, he's spitting factuals. This dude's spitting factuals.
Up to way up there with this fake ass bitch. When this motherfucker gets the symbiote and turns into Scream, she does not hesitate to let everything out on your ass, critiquing you more than she's even fighting.
It's about me. Hey! Not my job or this stupid house. You can't keep a job. You can't pay the mortgage. All I do is help you.
I'm not gonna lie, to me right here, a lot of people will say this, but to me right here, I don't see no problem with this, because like I said, MJ, like I said, the symbiote amps up everything to 11. Because if I remember the time period starts before Secret Wars. Peter is when Peter gets the black suit. Yeah, Peter being edgy and emo because he had that suit, more of an excuse. Okay, damn, that's hard.
MJ, my life is constantly interrupted by you looking for answers. Please, because you lost a job or can't pay a bill. I write words I don't believe in for a man I.
Okay, so this is the part where people start to get upset. They heard the word, they heard this. They heard these words. They heard these words. Okay. I'm still sticking with what I'm still trying to figure out why everybody hates the Scream fight. I understand why people hate it because it's 3 phases. Well, technically 4 if you count that final phase, but still, I'm not really going to count that final phase. Fix this dead dog. What got Kratos into this? But yeah, for this one, I still find it hard to believe this part. Because why would you be with a girl that hates you? Why would you be with a girl that hates you? The thing is that MJ doesn't hate Peter. It's for the fact that MJ has had this whole entire bottled up rage, and the symbiote just went and just let it all out. But in a way, to me, now that I'm really actually hearing what he's saying, it seems like Peter was the one that caused the whole entire symbiote uprising. We need more villains. Brian has something cooking. I don't know who they're going to cook up. My guess for the fact that we're probably going to end up meeting Kangaroo. Kraven killed off half the Sinister Six, so I don't know how they're going to do. I don't know how they're going to do it. The only 2 villains right now, for what we know of, are Goblin and Ock. That's it. Kraven killed everyone. Because MJ was saying how she really felt about Peter, and that's why people were saying that Peter's being a cook in this story. I mean, yeah, that's the main reason. A lot of people are just looking at Scream as MJ. Scream is saying what MJ's truly feeling, what the symbiote actually, like, once the symbiote goes on there. Because, like, the symbiote flat out just lets everything fly. I can understand that, though. I can understand where everybody's coming from that, though. I'm not gonna lie.
And you want to sit here and tell me that's the symbiote telling her to say all of that?
To be honest, I feel like that was Peter. To be honest, now, like I said before, like, he is spitting factuals. it seems like Peter was the one that started the whole entire symbiote uprising.
Get the fuck out of here, dog. She knew exactly what the fuck she was saying. She probably gave so many people flashbacks with that bullshit. MJ, you gon' smile in my boy Peter's face, despise him when his head is turned, and you got no ass? Fuck MJ. Like, let's not lie to ourselves for a second. If you realize that...
First of all, I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry, MJ. I can probably... I can fix that. Now, let me stop.
Somebody you cared about felt this type of way about you this whole time, are you just gonna sit there and accept their apology? She just exposed the most vulnerable flaws of Peter Parker, and we just gonna sit there and act like it's an outside entity.
Let me stop. The symbiote just shows people how... Just shows people their two sides. Exactly.
Her? Come on. But as I said before, the symbiote didn't start off bad. It only became evil when it got a taste of that Spider-Man life. It didn't give hatred to Peter. It learned.
I'm not gonna lie. Harry didn't have no issue. And once they got a taste of, I want some of this. I want Peter. I don't know who this dude is. I want more of that. I can sense something. The Symbiote Blast, the Mega Venom Blast. The Mega Venom Blast is OP. I like the Symbiote Blast though.
Learned hatred from Peter. And then when he finally got it off, all it did was took what it learned and spread it the message. Harry didn't have a reason until he felt like he was betrayed by his best friend, who refused to give him back the symbiote, which was his only way of staying alive. He had lost all hope of finding a cure, so he decided to give the world his cure. So
really, technically speaking, Venom just took the hate and just put it over to Harry. Hold up, hold up. Is it good? Is it working? Let me turn this down a little bit. Alright, so right here.
Before, the symbiote...
Like, Harry's in full control here.
Didn't start off bad. It only became evil when it got a taste of that Spider-Man life. It didn't give hatred to Peter. It learned hatred from Peter. And then when he finally got it off, all it did was took what it learned and spread it the message. Harry didn't have a reason until he felt like he was betrayed by his best friend.
Exactly. I see what's going on. Reminds you of Joker. I can see it a little bit. Hold up, repeat what he said? Hold up, repeat that.
Harry didn't have a reason until he felt like he was betrayed by his best friend.
And I think I know the main reason. We're saying Tombstone. You can't fight it. You can't fight shit. I mean, there's a section where you can. See, they had something good. They had something so good, but they took a serious L with the writing. That's the one thing that I somewhat can say is for the fact that we needed a lot more of Harry. A lot more of Harry. I would have loved to. Would I love to spend, more time with Harry? Yes. To get to know him? Yes. But I have loved more time for Peter to keep the symbiote a little bit more. And then after that, he realizes, and after that, Miles realized, like, hey, you need to get this shit off. But I have loved that? Yes. But I have loved to see more build up for Perry to be Venom, or at least someone else. I'm not gonna lie. Yes. We know that we're going to the world. Exactly. And where's Shocker? Craven killed him. That's what kills this game, is the trash writing. I mean, I liked Harry overall. Like, I liked Harry overall in the story. Don't get me wrong. I loved Harry in the story. Like, he's cool. I liked him. But now after hearing this, it's kind of making sense now. So Peter was the one that technically started the whole entire symbiote uprising. And Venom just took everything and went back to Harry. And Venom was like, I'm going to start a whole entire symbiote war. That's pretty much what I got from that. That's pretty much what I'm thinking now after playing it through a second.
His best friend, who refused to give him back the symbiote, which was his only.
This is the only. Trash because yeah. But with the trap, here's the thing though. With this whole entire part right here, you can at least. Well, here's the thing. This could have been the TASM 2 for Insomniac. I'm gonna be honest with you. This could have been the TASM 2. Of course, I like Harry as well. But the parts were so weirdly written. Yeah. The thing is with this part with Harry becoming Venom here, I like how they took a lot of stuff from, and I can't let saying this. Mad respect for them to try to combine the TASM 2 version with the Ultimate Spider-Man version and the Marvel Spider-Man trash TV show of him. And I like how they took like what they could find and salvage it all and try to figure out to merge it all into him. But it was just like, there are some times I was like, I don't really like it. There are times where I was like, okay, we got the Ultimate suit on. Okay, I somewhat like it. And after that, there were moments to where the whole entire TASM 2 situation got out of hand, which, massive spoiler, yeah, him turning into Venom is an exact parallel to TASM 2, technically. The part with Norman and Peter, that felt so forced. Yeah.
Way of staying alive. He had lost all hope of finding a cure, so he decided to give the world his cure. So I find it very disingenuous.
But I do like how he talked about it though. Because this right here is the whole entire reference to TASM 1. Well, it's kind of like a reference to TASM 1. But
genius to just put the...
One of the TASM suits in the Amazing Spider-Man suit from the first movie. The TASM 2 suit is my favorite. The Sam Raimi suit, oh my god, the Raimi suit. They had to put the Raimi suit in there. Like they had you with the Raimi suit, bruh. No cap, they got you with the Raimi suit. For Miles, it is... For me, my favorite suits for Miles are the 10th anniversary suit, Brooklyn 2099, Miles Morales 2099, and Red Spectre. And the Evolve suit. The only thing is with the Evolve suit, though, I don't like the shoes, and I would prefer him wearing his hoodie. I would have preferred him wearing his hood, but, you know. Like, they should have built that up if Norman felt some type of way about Peter. Exactly.
The blame on the symbiote when all it's really doing is supporting your emotions. It's not controlling you. The symbiote is like an alien infant, and our trio is like its parents. And as a kid, you're going to pick up both the good and the bad traits from them, because the apple doesn't fall far. It's honestly a shame that they just decided to take the easy way out and blame everything on the symbiote when the real problem is within. Yes, the symbiote is dangerous, but so are several other things in this world if you don't have control over it. In order to truly evolve as a person, you can't just sit there and act like your dark side doesn't exist. You must harness it, master it, learn to coexist with it, and use it as a tool. I really wish that they went the route of making more anti-venoms and trying to cure the symbiote that's in Harry so his father can stop bitching. Anyway.
I'm not gonna lie, this would have been better. I'm not gonna lie. It would have been, I'm not gonna lie. That would have been way better. But the thing is though, like with the ending though, I can feel as if something's gonna, I can feel like if they want to keep the anti-venom suit around, I can see Harry waking up. I can see Harry waking up. There's like residual parts of Venom left, and Peter can turn them into anti-venom or something like that.
So his father can stop bitching. Anyways, Spider-Man 2 was an excellent game. Game of the year in my eyes.
Factual.
but Arkham City is still better.
I'm gonna let you slide this one time. All you gotta do is not hit me. Don't try to like hit me when I turn around right here.
Norman was
we'll be all right.
but we didn't get really see him a lot.
Honey.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. He did make a huge point. All right, and now we got Zephyr. I'm gonna check to see. Y'all want to check out Zephyr? Y'all want to check out Zephyr? Hold up. One in the chat. Okay, I in the chat, or wait, let's say I in the chat. One in the chat if you guys want to react to Zephyr, or two if you guys want me to see me complete the whole entire game on Ultimate 100%. Then the ending makes no sense. Like Norman is so dumb. How you gonna do someone who hates you for like auto hates you for help, like auto helps, like for real, who hates you for help, like Otto is definitely gonna set up Norman. Otto's definitely gonna set up Norman, and I have a single way about how they could do that, but it would be like a crazy risky idea. You still hold back. I'm like, bro, he's not holding back no more. I don't want to see Peter hold back like that, but I was like, yeah, he's not gonna hold back at that point no more. But 100%, Otto's definitely gonna set up Norman. Because the thing is with Ock, you have to know that Ock is always like a step or like he's like a billion steps ahead. And I do have an idea about what they're gonna do. But it's a risky one and a lot of people might not like it. But like the fact that this certain guy, yeah, I already know. Ock's gonna do something that Norman's not gonna expect.
Showed in character moment. And I won't watch this anymore! God damn!
There's no way in hell, because there's no way in hell Otto's gonna be all friends and buddies with Norman. There's no way he's not, because Otto hates Norman. You just want to see yourself a BC better Spider. Bro, I would have loved to have seen more of it. Oh, he's got short teeth, bro. There's no way that Ock's gonna be buddies with Norman. I could see them doing Superior Spider-Man because in the first game, Ock hates Norman. Ock wants revenge on Norman still. So I can see Ock swapping minds with Peter for like, that's the reason why I'm thinking like they have to do Superior, because it's something that we haven't seen. And Ock writing something down makes a lot of sense. I feel like okay, so you know that part where he's writing his notebook? What if he's writing the machine to swap minds with Peter? And once Ock's in control of Peter's body, he starts beating up on Norman. And keep in mind, Miles and MJ wouldn't know at this time. Like they would like be like, why are you beating up on him like this? And say Peter and Ock's body would know. Then you do some spectacular Spider-Man shit for Marvel Spider-Man 3. I can see them doing something, or at least referencing Spectacular Spider-Man a little bit, because we did get a lot of it in Marvel Spider-Man 2 with the whole entire symbiote being able to swap clothes and stuff. Now, I do think, and it's risky though, I feel like they could take a page out of Ultimate Comics where Miles and Peter fight Goblin. Or at least they find out that, or at least like say they both find out that Norman is Harry, that Norman is Goblin. And they'll be like, huh? He's... Or at least they would have to pull a page out of it, because I don't know if you guys know this, but they but I don't know if you guys know this, because in the Ultimate Spider-Man TV show and the Ultimate Comics, Peter and Miles both fought Goblin. But in this case, though, I feel like instead of them doing the whole entire... Here's the thing with the Goblin transformation. I feel like they're pulling something from the Ultimate Spider-Man TV show where Norman actually is a full-on Goblin monster. But the thing is, though, like, where you have the glider in the helmet, though, so it wouldn't make any sense. They could still do it. Hey, Insomniac, if y'all hire me...
Nigga, this coddled up rich kid is somehow boxing Craven. He was in that busted ass tube with Norman staring at you 24/7. Telling me the same man with this form is boxing like this? Exactly. Call me a hater all you want. He should not be boxing like this. I'm in a big hating mood, so I'ma hate some more. No way my goat got stabbed one time and he's down for the count. Because I don't know about y'all, I would rather get shot 50 times before I even get stabbed once. So Peter, I get it. But my dog, one stab and you down? Bro, you're the Spider-Man. I made 6 videos on you, dog.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. That's the one thing that I really don't understand too. Is for the fact that why is Craven interested in a spider if he couldn't figure out a way to deal with Harry Osborn? I'm sorry, he was getting completely destroyed by Harry Osborn as Agent Venom. So you want to go after Peter when you couldn't even handle yourself fighting Harry?
Normally, if you was a hoe like Vision, I would let it slide. This is the same Spider-Man that got jumped by the Sinister Six, and he spun back on all 6 the same night with broken ribs. I really don't know what happened.
That's why I feel Green Goblin is gonna be the main final villain. The only way that I could see Goblin being the main final villain is if he has a... Like, here's the only problem, though. With Goblin there, the only way that I could see him being a personal villain for Miles, because he already knows Peter, and once he finds out that Peter's Spider-Man, it's obvious. The only way I could see him being a personal villain for Miles is through him knowing or finding out that he's Spider-Man, because in Miles Morales, because at the end of Miles Morales, he does know that Rio is on the city council. So what if he starts putting 2 and 2 together somewhere in the story and be like, wait a minute, Rio Morales, Miles Morales. Or at least say like he kidnaps Rio or something like that, right? And Miles is gonna see, and Miles is gonna see it on TV, so he'd be like, why? That's why Peter was heavily nerfed. That's why Peter was heavily nerfed, bro. To me, I would have loved more time in the suit. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would have loved more time with the black suit for him not to be nerfed. Beetle in Marvel Spider-Man 3. I don't see us fighting Beetle. I would love to see how they're gonna do Kangaroo or... Let me see. There's not a lot of villains they can choose from in the Ultimate Comics right now, is there? Well, technically there is, but they're gonna have to risk putting... I don't see... And this is just a really big if. I don't see Miles fighting Carnage. The only thing I can see if Miles fights Carnage in the DLC is if they add his Iron Spider suit. Okay, the worst thing? We need Morbius, of course. We're already getting Carnage to DLC. Beerus heavily nerfed. I somewhat agree and I somewhat disagree. I wanted to see Peter not hold back though. What I said in what the guy is saying, what the guy in the video is saying is facts. It's facts. That's why people have an issue with Peter being treated like that, so Miles can take over. Here's the thing. I don't see Miles taking over. The only way that I see Miles taking over is if they pull a T-Lu 2, and I don't think they're pulling a T-Lu 2, which I'm hoping that they don't. Miles can beat Venom without help, and they think they're going to make him fight Carnage. Now that I can actually see, because that actually did happen. Like that actually happened in the comics, I think. That actually has happened before. Miles has fought Carnage before. That's stress writing? Yeah. Marvel Spider-Man 3 though is gonna be better though. That has happened, but the thing is though, they would have to rip a page from Absolute Carnage, and I don't see them doing Absolute Carnage. That would be risky. Now, another thing is with Silk there, they could do Red Goblin, because it's kind of set up perfectly. If they want to keep Carnage around, they could do it. What about Morbius' wife, Shriek? I could see that happening. The poster of that comic shows Miles got his ass handed though. That's the only thing. Like in that comic, Miles completely wins. Miles, yeah, it does look like Miles getting his ass beat. Yes, the cover of that is indeed Miles getting his ass beat. But towards the end of the comic, he wins. Alistair Smythe. I could see them doing Alistair Smythe. I could see them doing Alistair Smythe and adding the Spider Slayers. I would love to see them do that. I would love to see the Spider Slayers in there.
We had to upgrade consoles to play the game, but this nigga fell off, clearly. But once Harry's done beating the bricks off Craven, he goes to see Peter on the floor. The symbiote's like,
nigga, you went out like that? Oh, hell no, I'ma juice you up.
And the rest is written.
Thursday Night Football on Prime.
Come on.
It's on.
That's how you write characters. If you're gonna have a new character to take over the previous one. Yeah. But at least to me, though, towards the end of the game, it seems like Miles is going to be the one, at least if we ever do get a Silk game. I can see Miles being the one to take... I can see Miles teaching Silk. That is, if she's already been bitten by the spider in this universe, which I'm hoping not. Bro, you spinning facts and being hilarious? He can!
This man spawns in and he immediately gets to cooking. Taking down all the hunters, playing this felt so cold.
That's why a lot of people have issues with it. I agree. That's the thing, is that a lot of people think that when Peter met on Break-In with Miles being Spider-Man, they never said that they're thinking, oh no, Peter's not going to come back. If you heard what Miles said in the ending, that's the part where everybody gets a little bit confused at, is the ending. That's the part where a lot of people get confused at, is the ending. And the main reason why they get confused at the ending is because, like, they're taking it as of Peter is leaving forever. Because if you listen to what Miles said in this scene, I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye. Bro, I gotta wear that Raimi suit for our next playthrough. But like right here, like pay close attention to what Miles says right here. I'm gonna play this whole entire scene. Why?
It's the slasher films.
What is up with
Plymouth,
ads today?
Massachusetts.
Thanksgiving is an
Get off
institution.
my
They have such-
screen. Okay.
You ready?
Maybe pay really close attention to what happened here.
Miles, I've been meaning to talk to you about something.
It leaves a bad taste. That leaves a bad taste in our mouths that the writers can't be fully trusted. That's the thing, is like, you gotta trust, like that's the thing, like, I know what they're doing. They just worded it wrong. Here's the thing. They worded it wrong as if they're never gonna see him again. I can understand where you're coming from, but it's like they worded it a little bit wrong. Like, people are thinking that they worded it wrong. Like, that's the part. A lot of people said that out of proportion. They worded it completely just right there. Because right here,
I have been talking to you all the time. It's great to talk. So.
Notice how Miles is looking around. Notice how Miles is looking into the garage. He knows about Emily May. I'm tired because I'm tired of all the dick sucking for this game and its story. Yeah.
Talks. I just haven't been talking to you about what I should have been talking to you about. Pete.
See, look. Miles is looking at Emily May and stuff like that, and he just says,
wait, let me start again.
I got this. All of it. Go be Peter Parker for a while.
Are you sure? It's a big city.
See, look, Miles said that he was okay with it. You want to do this?
I can handle it.
I understand though why I left the bad taste in people's mouths though.
You don't need it.
Maybe not now, but there'll come a time.
I'm here for you. Always.
See, look. Miles said there would be a time. And we know that time is going to come a lot sooner rather than later. Because of Goblin coming back and whatnot coming back. By the way, don't time out Joel. Joel is like, no, you time out everybody, bro. Don't time out him. Don't time out him. Hold on. I can bring him back. I can bring him back. Oh my god, Nightbot's acting up again. Let me bring him back. You're not your ghost back. Let me bring Joel back. Oh wow, Modern Warfare is ready to play. Alright, chat, so here's the deal. Modern Warfare, I got Modern Warfare today too. I'm gonna go ahead and hold up. Let me actually go back and I don't know what happened here. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm turning off Nightbot again. And also, yes, I got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. I want to play some Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 today. So y'all give me 1 second. I want to actually change the thumbnail, but I want to play it tonight actually. I want to play. It's Nightbot. I have a glitch in Nightbot right now. Let me go ahead and Nightbot's tripping again. Nightbot's tripping again, chat. But yeah, I do want to play. Is he glitch with Nightbot? Bro, it was Nightbot. Usually nobody don't care. Nightbot shouldn't care though. Alright, so chat, I'm not gonna lie. We got Modern Warfare 3 installed. And yes, I'm playing it tomorrow. But right now though, I want to go ahead and get this ultimate. I want to go ahead and get this ultimate 100% max out. Oh yeah, I was here at 100 bucks.
You better.
It had to have been Nightbot though. Hold up. I think Kingpin will be part of
Here in the
Daredevil
financial
DLC.
district.
I can see that.
Well, with these hunters, it's definitely a bear market. A random skyscraper? Interesting place to have a base. Those hunters are about to find out that they can't plant on my soil.
Why would they put a hunter base down here?
It's like you're going deep underground. It'll be like spelunking.
And me without my headlamp.
The data from the blind says this is some kind of greenhouse.
Aw, the hunters have a hobby. That's kind of cute.
Not that cute. Don't expect any bouquets. Remember, we can alter the sprinkler's source to an herbicide to wipe out what they're growing.
Good thing I have whatever.
Make sure you turn off their relay. We don't want them calling in backup. You really weeded out those hunters like weeds.
Guess you all got the invite. Welcome to the party.
Avoid his weapon!
I like to do a finish on the dog, but yeah. I feel like you updated and boosted the parry. I feel like it updated the parry too. I'm not gonna lie. Hold on, let me go. Yeah, they updated the parry. It's more consistent. It's much more consistent now. Because that was one of the big issues that I was having was the parry mechanic. I'm not gonna lie. It felt more like I wanted to dodge than parry. Why are there two brutes? Alright. There's two brutes right there. I don't understand. Alright, so the next one, I don't know if there's like another one that we want to react to. I want to check out, I want to save Zephyr's video for tomorrow though. Did they add anything else? Iron Man's out for MK1. I checked. He is. I like him. I checked him out. He's fire. He is so fire. By the way, the new season dropped too. Oh my god. Actually, no, we gotta check out Omni-Man. Actually, I wanna check out Omni-Man. I know that he dropped for MK1. He's so good too. I like how they kept the train fatality too. Oh wait, he has his own. I gotta check this out.
Desperate to avoid defeat,
Titan Shang Tsung had stolen me from my timeline to set me against Liu Kang. He assumed a Viltrumite would shift combat in his favor. Shang Tsung was right, of course, but he was blinded by ambition and failed to consider that my only true loyalty is to the Viltrum Empire. In my home timeline, my mission to pacify Earth for Viltrum had been left.
Yo, Faison, what's going on?
Incomplete. I thought I could redeem myself by delivering this new timeline. New realms, new species, all ours for the taking. For a few years, annexing realms satisfied the Empire's hunger for conquest. But my people have excellent memory. I knew sooner or later we would return to our own timeline, to Earth, to finish my original mission.
Wait, Mark? Only man's Kanan and MK? Apparently, from the looks of this, I'm confused. So is Mark gonna be the next character? I'm confused, Chad. Is Mark gonna be the next character? Because Mark, he's looking real good right now. I'm not gonna lie. Mark needs to be in this game. Mark needs to be in this game, bro. Pause. Mark needs to be in this game. Especially after stuff that he went through in season 2. Oh my god, if y'all haven't seen the first episode, it's crazy. Mark is technically in the game, technically.
I only hope my son has had time enough to prepare.
Bro, they need to add Mark to the game. Mortal Kombat. I don't know. NetherRealm. Add Mark to the game. It's set in stone now. Mark is being added. Mark is definitely being added. Mark definitely needs to be added. I got you with the link. I know it's just like a short stream and stuff like that. With us checking out the reviews and stuff. Well, I only want to give you guys the link. I'm gonna give you guys the link. I know that we didn't get a chance to hop on and play it all, but like, trust me, I will be playing. I don't know if I'm gonna be playing COD today. I know it's not out today, but I really do want to check it out. So let me know if you guys want me to play COD. I'm thinking about playing Call of Duty either tonight or sometime later, or like probably tomorrow on Veteran. So yeah, let me know if you guys want that. But anyways, I'm gonna beat up out of here. W stream. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Oh, wait, so what are my thoughts? Okay, so what are my thoughts? Okay, my thoughts on Marvel Spider-Man 2 overall. My thoughts on Marvel Spider-Man 2 overall. I like, my only gripe with it is the way that they did Venom. I feel like my only, I would say I'm still I'm saying I'm giving it a 8.5. And the only reason, well, scratch that. Give it like a 9.5 almost. Like, give it a 9. Actually. Give it a 9 actually. And I can understand where people are coming from, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 9 because they touched on Spider Shadow They somewhat touched on Kraven's Hunted a little bit, even though like we didn't see Taskmaster at all. I would have loved to have spent more, like 8.59, yeah. And I would have loved to have seen more of Peter in the suit. I would love to see more of Peter with the black suit on, but my only gripe with for the fact that the only gripe is for the fact that it's the opposite. And my wife's about 9 is crazy. It's between an 8.5 and a 9, probably 8.5 though. Gameplay wise, pretty good. Gameplay wise, yeah, you guys have to admit the gameplay is improved. I liked how they improved the gameplay. And hear me out. This is the only reason. A lot of y'all probably already know the reasons why. They touched on a whole bunch of stuff from the comics. They took inspiration from a lot of the comics that involve Kraven and the Black Suit. And my only gripe with it is that they took a whole bunch of stuff from Life Story and put it into Harry, which I really didn't understand why. Venom wasn't motivational like Virgil. Exactly. And on top of that, the thing is, with Harry being Venom, throughout the game, Harry didn't have an issue controlling it. And Harry, from the looks of it, Harry looked like he was a pretty nice guy. He was a good friend. He's a good friend to Peter. So, like, why would... I understand what they were trying to go for, and I completely get that they were trying to go for, like, the whole entire TASM 2 version of the character, mixed in with the Marvel Spider-Man version with the smarts, mixed in with the Ultimate Spider-Man, mixed in with the whole entire Ultimate Spider-Man video game as well. I like how they tried to merge all that together, but it felt like I was getting more TASM 2 from Harry than anything else. I felt like I was getting more TASM 2 vibes from Harry than anything else. So, like, yeah. I wonder why Harry was able to control the symbiote with ease while Peter didn't. The thing is, for the fact that the symbiote got corrupted from Peter. Peter was saying all that stuff. It wasn't him. It wasn't the symbiote making Peter say it. It was Peter flat out saying all that, what he was truly thinking. The symbiote just amped it. Peter was the one that made it corrupt. Peter was the one that made Venom corrupt. I'm actually going to stick with that statement after watching that. Peter was the one that technically... Well, technically speaking, that's always like that. Peter technically always makes Venom. But after watching the video, it seems to me, after seeing that reference, it's more or less for the fact that they took that and tried to corrupt it more and more. That's crazy. I just found out recently if you have all the Spider-Arm's abilities equipped when you go Surge mode and you get the symbiote abilities. I didn't know about that at all because I was thinking it was going to work and vice versa. It doesn't work and vice versa. Wait. Joel, if you could send me, Joel, if you can, try and send me the picture on PlayStation. Try and send me the clip over on PlayStation. Because right now the Discord server, I can't get back into the Discord server. Discord is wonky on me right now. Yo, let's play Call of Duty. I'm playing Call of Duty later on tonight or probably tomorrow. Yeah, I have a Discord server. But another thing though is for the fact that technically Peter corrupted Venom. And the moment that it got off of, and the moment that Peter got off of him, it went to Harry for, I don't know what reason. He was using Harry as a puppet. And not to mention, Harry didn't have no problems with it. So I don't see the whole point in them leaving it on Harry. I don't see the whole entire point in Harry. I don't see the whole point in why they would even make Harry Venom if Harry was perfectly fine with it. I would have preferred it, honestly, if it was... I would have preferred it if it was more so Kraven. Because Kraven's dying. I would have expected that. Or at least, let's say, probably give it to a new character. Because if they were going to add a new character, I would at least expect them to add... I would have at least wanted them to... I would at least wanted the Venom symbiote to at least go to Eddie. I wouldn't mind if it went to Eddie. Or at least, I wouldn't mind if it went to Lee Price. Or if Peter was going to be Venom, and then he kills Kraven while he's in Venom form. Save me server, okay, got you. I'm pretty sure the reason Harry was able to control it easily is because both hated Peter's ass at the same time. Harry was able to control it prior. And the whole fact that Peter said Norman was working on a cure. That's the thing, is that, well, technically speaking, we would have never got symbiote invasion. Wait, so if that's the case, then they're gonna make Harry Goblin then. If that's the case, then they're gonna make Harry Goblin, because if Harry's already Venom, and he knows that Peter's Spider-Man, then they're gonna make... Oh, no. But I really do not want him to be... I really do not want Harry to be Goblin. I really don't. Because if Harry is going to be Goblin, then that's going to be a whole entire different thing in itself. Because, as much as I really hate to say this, I really do not want them to do TASM 2 again. I don't want them to. They did TASM 2 to me way better here than they did in the movie. I'd rather see Norman as it because it would make a lot more sense. And the only way I could see Harry being bought back is if Peter still has the anti-venom suit and someone wakes up. Or in this case, nah, that would be going into Red Goblin territory. Nah, that would be going into Red Goblin territory. Nah, I don't... wait a minute. It can work if they do Red Goblin, but, like, I don't see them doing Red Goblin, though. There's some people thinking that Norman and Harry will both be Goblin. The only way I could see Harry and Norman both being Goblin, and that's a really good theory, and I like that a lot. But let's say if both Norman and Harry are Goblin, Harry's going to try to protect Peter because, you know, he's going to be like, okay, so my dad's Goblin. Like, he's over here attacking my best friend. Like, that guy do. Like he's going to be... That's the thing right there, is that if Harry's Goblin, I could see Harry more than likely not hating Peter. Oh yeah, Joel, send them the Discord link. Even though I'm not in the Discord right now, I'm working on getting back up in there. I wouldn't mind it though. But then again, I would really love to see Superior Spider-Man get adapted. I would really love to see Superior Spider-Man get adapted like in some form or like in some way. And I would love to see both Peter and Miles fight Goblin. Over, say, Harry being Goblin and then him telling Peter and Miles that, oh, yeah, we need to... I was already to play COD. Bro, I'm going to play COD tomorrow, bro. Either tonight or tomorrow. But I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. I know it's like hella crazy. Like, we've been talking like a review for like a long time. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. Oh, and yeah. I'm going to be dropping another video today about how this could possibly happen. I'm not going to tell you why, but yeah. I'm going to be playing COD tonight or tomorrow on Veteran. So, yeah. I'll see you guys later. Peace.